Have you noticed that life in Britain just doesn't feel right? It's it's like we're working harder than ever before, but the rewards are shrinking. Money doesn't stretch, housing feels out of reach, and even the basics like our social services, our NHS, all of this seems to be falling apart. It's got me thinking, what is really going on here? I've been wondering if part of the problem is how deeply financialized everything has become. It feels like every decision, from housing to energy to wages, seems to be driven by maximizing profits rather than meeting people's needs. And maybe it's because we've all bought into this idea of individualism, that everybody's on their own, and if you just work hard enough, you'll succeed. But is that really true? Or are we stuck in a system where the people at the top hold all the cards? Politicians, for example, they're supposed to mediate between us and big business, but can they really be expected to do that when these large corporations hold so much influence? Even when reforms are made, they don't seem to stick. And maybe it's because the system itself prioritizes short term profits over long term solutions. And when you look at how this plays out in daily life, it's hard not to notice the patterns. Communities are losing their small businesses, replaced by big corporations that extract profits rather than reinvesting them back into the community. Housing prices are inflated because they're not treated like a necessity, they're treated like an investment asset that's there to generate returns. Meanwhile, we're commuting out of our neighbourhoods, working jobs that don't connect us to anything. It's like we've lost our sense of community and our sense of purpose. Imagine a Britain where families are not fragmented by financial strain, long commutes, and the pressures of modern life. Instead, the extended family lives together or nearby, strengthening those intergenerational support networks. This isn't just about proximity, it's about sharing resources, responsibilities, and opportunities to build collective resilience. In this vision, the burden of the rent or the mortgage is divided among family members, reducing financial stress. Not everyone needs to work full time. Some can work part time while others focus on maintaining the home, providing childcare, or looking after elderly relatives. With cooperative businesses embedded in local communities, jobs are close to home, eliminating that need for long, expensive commutes. Elderly members could stay in the home, surrounded by loved ones, rather than being placed in care facilities. This keeps wealth within the family, avoiding the need to sell assets to fund care costs. It also allows wealth to be handed down to younger generations, creating a cycle of intergenerational stability. At the heart of this vision are cooperative businesses. They're not faceless corporations extracting wealth from our communities, they are democratically owned by the workers themselves. Profits are reinvested locally, strengthening the community and creating opportunities for everyone. Workers have equal say in how the business is run, deciding collectively whether to reinvest profits, distribute them equally, or build long-term financial security through cooperative pensions. This isn't just economic transformation, this is a reimagining of democracy itself. By creating democracy in the workplace, people gain control over the spaces where they spend most of their time, shaping outcomes that affect them directly. No longer are profits siphoned off to offshore tax havens or used to lobby against workers' rights. Instead, they stay within the community and they're used to fund schools, healthcare, and sustainable local projects. It's a vision where communities thrive, not just economically, but socially, with families at the centre. Cooperation replaces competition and prosperity is shared, creating a society where no one is left behind. If this vision seems too idealistic to you, I ask you to consider these real-world examples that prove this is possible. The family model is already practiced by many immigrant families in Britain, particularly Asian families who achieve economic mobility by pooling resources, supporting one another, and building generational wealth. And for those who doubt the business model, look no further than Mondragon, a cooperative federation based in the Basque region of Spain. Founded in the aftermath of a civil war and World War II, Mondragon began with just a handful of workers in the 1950s. Today, it is one of the largest corporations in Spain, employing over 80,000 people. Mondragon is built on cooperative principles. Its workers are also owners and its decisions are made democratically. Mondragon's achievements are profound. It operates its own university, Mondragon University, where it teaches cooperative-focused principles, education, and training to its members and their families. This ensures that its education aligns with the skills needed within the Federation. Additionally, Mondragon provides private pensions, housing benefits, and financial stability for its members. Even in times of economic crises, Mondragon avoids laying off its workers. What it does is it retrains them and moves them into other roles within the Federation. This loyalty to the workers and its communities demonstrates the resilience of the cooperative model. Similarly, the Rochdale Pioneers provide another shining example in Britain. You know the co-op you see on your high street, the newsagents? That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, in the 1840s, a time of immense inequality and exploitation, a group of working class people came together to create the first modern cooperative. Despite their limited resources, they laid the foundation for a movement that would grow globally, proving that ordinary people can create extraordinary change. These examples show us that this vision isn't a dream, it's rooted in history and it's still thriving today. Cooperatives can create a society where families stay strong, communities flourish, and everybody has a stake in the future. I don't have all the answers, but I think it's worth exploring. Britain isn't finished, it's just waiting for us to think differently. Let's explore how we can fix this together.